Hi everyone, Mckaiser Dragon here, and today we have some heroes and monsters. So basically, we'll go over a short overview, but this is going to be a video about balance. Um, really, sorry, I'm deciding how I want to do this. So basically, let's just end it here. Let's see. Yeah, we killed everything. Working on that. And then we got 1 billion ascend points. And yeah, we got max speed. We got everything I wanted. Alright, moving on to the balance. So, right now the game is you prestige a bunch of times until you can ascend. And then from there, probably your first 2 or 3, you still have to prestige a lot before you ascend. But once you get to the loop where you just ascend, that is where the game, I wouldn't say starts, but like it opens up even more. And then once you get ascend turtle and level up some of your other stuff, and then from there you kind of just ramp up super fast. And let me turn this down a bit. And then from there, yeah, you just keep ramping until you beat the game, basically. So basically, we're at a point right now, and I was hoping for like more updates, honestly. But so the first time I beat the game, it took me like 3 or 4 months, and the second time, it only took me 2, maybe 2.5 months. And I do plan to go through it one more time, but I know I shouldn't be calling a nerf for Ascend Turtle, and technically I'm not really calling for a nerf to it because I don't just want to nerf it. I want to nerf it because in my mind, this type of ramping progression shouldn't really, like, it should ramp for a bit and then it should start tapering off, and then you have to invest way more. Like whatever you just invested, you probably have to invest 3 times as much to get that much progression again. And then from there, another like 9 to 12 times as much, and then it's supposed to like super ramp on how hard it is to level it. And right now, Ascend Turtle is just like way too strong. So this is what I would like to see: is until you can find something to add into the game to help with progression, don't touch the turtle. I know, like, yeah, people, well, about the people that already did it, that's fine. If they want to go through the grind again, like I did, hey, it'll be a different feeling. But there needs to be something else to alleviate this grind, because right now we just need resources, and then we need turtle levels, and that's about it. And of course your equipment from Skyforge. Um, but I feel like there needs to be something. If we're gonna nerf turtle one more time, we need to add in something that's fun and interesting to level, that helps you with progression. But I really feel like the ramping is a little bit still too much. I can feel it from the other time you nerfed it. There is a huge difference between them, and it's nice, but I still beat the game pretty fast, in my opinion. So yeah, and then once you hit where you can like buy everything, I could buy these if I wanted to, but maybe next ascent. But I just want to spend all my points into turtle. Gold, like all these things becomes alleviated with the more ascend points you get. So like, oh, I'm not getting enough gold, or you just put a few points into snake. Uh, then you need gems. Put a few points into penguin, and then you put the rest into turtle, and then you just blast through it again. And then yeah, I don't know. I might be too familiar with this grind. I do play to try to extract as much progression as possible, to my knowledge, because I know other idle games, they are a bit more complex than this. Clicker Heroes is a bit more complex, even though it is like, no, it's a bit more complex, yeah, because you have a lot more stuff to level. It just tapers off after a while. I have a whole video on that, speaking about their transcendence, and my issue with it. What's next? What's the other game I liked? Let me see. Like, come on. Whatever. Let's see. Yeah. Like idle DPS. That was fun for a while. I don't know. I just, me personally, I need more to grind on. I need to farm more stuff. And just looking at this menu, like, I don't know what else to add. Like, we don't want too much clutter. And I know adding in like alternate worlds where you do like basically the same thing, but like in a different type of area to help you. Those can be interesting, but they get boring because it just feels like you have to start all over again while trying to keep up with your other world. I know there's something with like crit. I know crit kinda helps progression, but like it's not that big of an impact compared to turtle. Yeah, and I don't know if we should hold off on increasing the resources you can hold. I feel like we should until we can figure out something else to alleviate this super ramp of Ascend Turtle. But those are my thoughts right now. The only main thing is I don't have like a real solution. I don't know what would be really fun while because okay, so to try to explain this more, in Clicker Heroes, you can like each point, like damage helps you progress further, right? We don't really have another way. Maybe that's what we need, another way to improve our damage to help us progress more if we want to. See, and that's the thing, we need choices. So yeah, I'm starting to see. The shop, honestly, I think we can improve, like, not even improve, just raise the price of everything. Make it more demanding on your ascend points. But then we also do need we we do need a pet for damage. I feel like we either need a pet for damage or we need something else to give us more damage. I don't want to put it in gear. Gear is already like strong enough. Either add something new for more damage or do something. Because right now all it feels like we're doing is leveling up the pets we need for resources a little bit, and then the rest goes in turtle. And I don't feel like I'm making like any big choices to like change up my gameplay. Yeah, so going back to click heroes, you can invest in damage, gold. So like when you play through click heroes, you have to get to stage 100. The first time it does take like 3 to 5 days. I forget if it's better now. It could be. And then you start getting your ascend points, and your ascend points give you, I think, just more gold. But I could be wrong. It could be damage and gold per point. And sure, you can progress further, but still takes you a long time to get through the stages. So you wanna get damage so your runs don't take as long. But if you only go for damage and not gold, you'll see that like getting to your next power threshold takes longer. So you also want gold, and then you also want utilities like more click damage. Actually, no, that's more damage. Like duration of your buffs. And then there's multiple things you can invest in to change up and invest and try to get more ascend points. And then once you get like kind of hard stuff, or like get to a point where you can transcend, you do have to get pretty high up before you can do that. But once you can transcend, you start all over again, and then you get transcended points, which go basically buffs your ascend points that you put into, so your runs are even faster, take less, and like you need to clear like 10 monsters before you get to the next stage. You can cut that down all the way down to like you only have to kill 2 monsters at a time to get to the next stage. And the only issue with clicker heroes is that the transcend points after a while takes so long to get, and then when you invest into something, each transcend point is, well, each thing you can invest in the transcend shop, you can it turns out is each one is a roadblock, and when you hit that roadblock, it's hard to overcome that roadblock to get more points. You have to spend an extreme amount of time before you can like jump that hurdle. Now you can get like a new hero that might push you past that, but once you start hitting those walls and you can't really pass it, well, let's say you can pass one, but then there's like 4 other walls, and any of those 4 walls could stop you. And so trying to invest to all of them equally is like a major time sink. Like my transcends would take me 2 months just to re-transcend. 2 whole months. And then you hope you can either use their calculator, well, not theirs, but like a third-party calculator to see what's the best points to help you progress even further, which kind of takes away from the mystery of what will help me invest and make the most progression. That kind of kills that. Or if you kind of mess up, well, you're kind of screwed out of luck and you gotta do everything you just did, which takes after a while, it takes an extreme amount of time, and I would play for years, and I would like, oh, it's just exhausting after a while. Like after a while, like the other thing I don't like about Kick Heroes is like you gotta leave the game up for like a week just to ascend, and do you know what you do? You just every time you ascend, you level up your sin points stuff, and then you don't touch the game for like legit. You just don't touch the game because there's nothing to do. You just have to wait. As for Heroes and Monsters, yes, the waiting does kind of suck, but like it's an idle game. Um, to me, I still find it fun to wait and see how much resources I can get, and then turn it into even more resources. So, yeah, kind of a long talk. I had to reiterate my thoughts and try to find something that is for now. That's all I got. I know coming up with like a big rain plan and then not having it be busted is pretty hard. But I feel like a Sin Turtle is just way too strong. I feel like everything just needs to be bumped up in price across the board to make to try to make like leveling your other stuff more meaningful. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this. Um, yeah, I want this game to grow, and it just sucks. It just sucks that I have to wait. I have to wait. I don't want to wait. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Try and get an abyss gone.
どう考えても父の死は不思議なことだらけ。私は必ずその真相を突き止めなければならない。